in the garden, yeah, just
Yeah, I can tell.
in
Like,
the garden, yeah, it's like a lot of hard work, you know.
you're very strong. Like, yeah, I can feel your physical strength right now.
Yeah.
Do
Coming
the
from that, not from gym, you know.
No, I mean, that's the real strength.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, farming.
Farming, oh man,
Good, good.
to mother daughter.
my daughter, right? Oh. She can absorb it. Yeah.
Don't see what's happening is you're
Don't hesitate.
You're pushing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that. Do this.
Oh, yeah.
Go. This way.
Oh, yeah.
No, see, you're pushing with this hand. Don't push
Oh.
with this hand. No, we'll do it slow. Okay. So, like long hand, short hand. Make that Tai Chi pause. Okay. This, if this is the muscle, right? Let,
Oh, this is not the one.
yeah, let this fall. So I'm pushing. You can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it.
But the power is not coming from me. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this.
We're doing a dual, like in therapy they do a like a different type, I mean, switch the partner.
Good. Ah, that's good.
Nice.
That's very
You
good.
did a misdirection there, right?
The direction, yeah. I switch to direction.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Empty out.
Wow, too much. Too much strength.
No,
You know the swallow and spit and all that. He showed you all that?
swallow.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Is that the ground? The ground or?
Oh.
But take it into Dantian.
That's the whole, yeah, that's the Dantian.
So I'll give you force, okay?
Oh, you use for something.
No.
Oh.
Let it sink into Dantian. And then move from expand from Dantian.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's oh, that's part of, oh.
Don't be in a hurry. Take
Okay.
it slow.
Oh, that's it. Nice. Excellent.
That's good, man. And then you know the separate and diffuse thing, right? So if I come towards you, okay, you diffuse, like you come towards me.
Oh, yeah. That's one.
No.
Okay.
Give me force.
Oh, that's the one.
So what you're doing is, when you come, no, just hold the ball. I'm feeding you in the ball. You put your mind in the center and then split it.
Oh, that's the one.
No, but don't use strength, just energy. Just split the energy. Yeah?
That's the skill. And yeah,
That's what some of, like in a young style, they'll say, you know, you have this, so if you push towards the hand, this, push, or then put it together. But empty out. Whatever force I give, don't oppose it. No, just split it. Like that. Yeah, that's it, man. The guy has become
That's
like
very
the Hulk,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
You become like the Hulk.
oh,
Why? So when he does the resistance in there, then try to
As I
go from there, blow him up.
Okay, now don't do anything with this. Turn your
Think
waist.
you got a call?
Turn from stomach, from
Right.
your center,
Oh,
from
okay.
left here. Turn. Oh, wow.
Is this your mom, Mihati?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been like, yeah.
You there? But you were empty, so you were.
I feel it.
But if you pursue, then like if I
Oh, man.
you see.
Oh,
See, but turn your waist. Turn your waist. Yeah.
You grab me. But I have to be empty, right? Because if I grab you,
oh yeah.
Yeah, especially like he's so strong. He's surprisingly strong right now. He wasn't this strong before. Yeah, man. I felt like I realized it's from your gardening. Okay.
No, he's
You're doing a lot of work around the house also, right?
Yeah.
it's like
Because this is like the full body, integrated strength. He's become like a strong man, man. Like
he's always been strong, man.
no, but I mean, he's
Yeah.
like I can tell that his strength is very, very strong physically. I mean, so but you have to empty out the physical strength, bro.
He's like
Yeah, he's solid, man.
gardening, man.
He's like a tank.
Man.
He's like a bison, man. I don't know,
My son.
bison.
I have to be empty because if you're doing that, I have to be emptier. Like
You put a, oh, yes.
Nice. Wow, that was pretty good, man. Do it again.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you have submitted already. I love them. Yeah,
no, I have to grab you.
yeah, no way.
You're strong, man.
Yeah, he's very strong, man.
Oh, wow. He's there,
Strong.
right there.
Yeah, he feels like a tank, man. But don't use strength. Just empty and use your energies, your mind.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he was going forward, so I'm just
Pulling him in, right? Try using that, man, like the separate and diffuse.
yeah, do the mother-daughter thing. Is that what it is? Oh. Yeah, do it to me. Turn your weight. Turn your weight.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
Then do the reversal. Do the reversal. Yeah.
Nice. Oh man.
Nice.
See? Good. That was good, man. That was good.
oh, I it's a bit fast, eh?
No, but it's powerful. He's doing his power.
This guy, yeah, I feel it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, but he's powerful. Huh?
Let me try one more.
Oh, Ganesha. See?
See, gardening is Tai Chi, man.
Yeah, it is. That was good, man. That was good.
That's what we learned. I mean, that's what we learned today. I tried to do the path, but Puya is like confirm. But I have also to feel that, okay, this is getting through or not.
Give me. Do it slowly. No, expand.
Oh, that's the way.
Expand my back.
Can you explain what's happening just to what you're feeling right now?
So what I'm feeling is that as he's doing his pong, I'm feeling my back expand, my lower back.
Okay.
You feel like I'm stretching out my lower back. So then now you can go. Now you can go.
Nice. Now do it to him. Confirm what you're feeling.
Let me, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You used it against him.
No, so I did the na on him.
But I showed him earlier the
So now
fa.
do the fa and then na pull. So,
Yeah, the fa hua, right?
and this we have done before, man.
Yeah.
That was good, man. That was really good. Like there was no telegraphing at all.
What did you?
Feel to you? Did you?
Well, what did you feel there when he first? Do you feel like he's loading up?
First time I feel like I tried to fly away, but it's coming back, you know.
Oh,
It
you
looks like
see,
he
you
can-
feel
he
his
can-
palm.
He can neutralize, and then, you know.
So that's the hua, right? So
Yeah.
whatever force coming in, when you transform it, it becomes hua. So you give me? Give me.
Okay. Oh wow. This is already ready.
Yeah, that's important because you have to.
This is ready to load.
I'm not doing anything. You're loading me.
Yeah.
You're loading me. So
I think he's feeling what he's giving you.
I'm because what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm doing. Okay, so you're giving me force, right?
Yeah, it is got.
I'm not bracing. I'm letting it go through me, go behind, come around, right here and grab your surface. You're bouncing yourself off me.
This is like it already like goes through like cycle, you know, like a you know like a what do you call it?
Like what?
Like a sap on the blind.
Can you repeat that because there was an airplane and they can't hear.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you do the
Yeah,
punk, okay?
I'm
I'm not doing anything. I'm just expanding, letting the energy go through me.
Oh, okay.
Can you feel
And
that?
then it's behind me. Now
Okay.
I'm going to turn it back around and bring it to wrap Kosana's surface. So if Kosana pushes,
But now I will try to push it.
Whoa, that's a good one.
It's already passed through.
That's a good one.
yeah, because
And then both is already like you know
it's wrapped.
or wrapped both you know like
The energy is wrapped.
And I try to move.
You just bounce off
Yeah.
me.
So that means that yin is like emptiness.
Yeah, so let me, I'm going to feed you, okay? So I'm going to give force, don't resist. Let it go through, make a hole here and let it go through. Go back, let it go as far back as it can. And then wrap it around, bring it back.
Oh, because
Okay.
yeah.
Wrap it, bring it back so that it wraps me, okay? Now if I push you,
Right.
Oh.
because you become like the ground, you know, you become like the earth itself. Can't do anything about it.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
That's a good one.
about me? What about me?
Sometimes with him,
Little like he was vulnerable, man. I felt it.
you know, it starts to show him the empty, then he goes, oh. But he's strong.
He's become very strong,
Yeah.
stronger. He was always strong, but he's become stronger now. Yeah. Bring part. Keep going, man. Good. What's that?
A lot of people here.
So,
Most people.
yeah.
Inevitable, man.
And you didn't neutralize it. You didn't resist it, right? So,
Do you feel like it's sinking a little bit? Or no?
this one I felt like I floated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What did that feel to you? Like, no, but you got me. I just neutralized it. I didn't get it.
Oh, man, that's tight.
So I just used my thumb. Which I think. Good job, man. I'm good.
So we did a little bit of that, the mother-daughter.
Mhm.
Then,
So I think what happened when he pushing with me, he got a little, he was excited. So
he was, wow, that's really light. That's really light.
so that was the mother-daughter, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's all he
like
liked.
yeah.
Did you feel like this is the mother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got feeling good? Wow.
What did it feel?
You like daughter? The mother?
No, I think it was the mother.
Oh, really? Wow, it was light.
Now I give you opposite, okay?
Okay. Wow, that's really light.
So this time I made this the mother.
It was light though.
Oh, good, man. That was good.
So,
It's like stretching a bow, you know?
oh, okay, yeah, because I felt like here, then I did the yang and here, did the yang.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's effortless, man. You do things effortlessly.
It doesn't take much,
Yeah.
but the energy takes over, right? Oh, that's like a spring, like
Yeah, but like I didn't feel anything when I did that. You know? Ah, man, that's good.
that's a natural pump anyway. You have the natural pump, you know? Wow.
Oh, that was that tricky stuff, man. Come on.
You feel like, ah! That's deceiving, man.
Yeah. Man, that went through me, man.
I just want the,
How about you? Oh, light, man. Very light.
Light?
Yeah.
But I want to, but you want to, oh! Just stretching like this, man.
Yeah.
How about this? That's a different one.
That's like standard.
Yeah, standard. Okay, let me try something different.
That was good, man. What did you do?
Huh?
What did you do?
No, I was just trying something, it became like a ground almost.
Okay, let me try something, okay? Wow.
That came from the bathroom.
No, I was doing this. Remember this part?
Okay.
That's what I was doing. So like getting the connecting to the gravity. And then
Try that?
yeah. Oh, it does good. Yeah, it's very empty. Okay, okay, so this is your step.
That's the most dangerous to do is there's something empty and then you don't know what to
Yeah,
expect.
you can't feel anything, right?
Right.
Oh man, yeah. It's like a weird feeling.
Because this could be it could be anything, right? So from here to empty, it can be like a cold power or here.
Okay.
Oh. Like I told you so.
You know what it is.
I showed him the misdirection and he did it on you.
Yeah, you did very well actually.
Yeah, because it's like you're doing here and then oh. Oh, good.
Good, good. Hey, you didn't point it. Hey, go there, man.
Do it to me. Yeah. Then you can have like feel the resistance then. A different one there. What's that? An egg or something? Oh man. Piercing.
This
Still have this
becomes-
carpal tunnel.
This stuff has become natural, right?
Yeah, it becomes natural, right? Oh yeah.
I felt something pop there, man.
I know, it's always just from the computer.
I have it too. It keeps coming in.
On your shoulder, right? How about that? Yeah, you lifted me.
But I was actually.
Oh, you doing the thing in there? Because I will have my eyes closed.
Okay, I want to try one.
Oh. I want to try something different. That's a good job. You pulled me back.
Yeah, I did a now.
Okay, first here.
That was good, man.
I feel the whole weight this is hard, you know, so now let me try something different.
It's light, man. Very light.
Good.
Yeah. What did you do?
I compress into the bone.
Okay. It's very light, man.
Oh, wow. You cannot detect it. Remember we were doing this?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Years ago.
When you cannot detect it. Wow.
So
How to the ball?
You know, like when you're getting a coach, how do you not miss?
That's why you need to support.
No, it's like how do you distribute it throughout the body so that it goes to the ground?
Oh, okay.
So that's I'm using the ground part, you know?
Yeah. Now, let's try this experiment. You have the ground, the surface, and the bone marrow.
Okay. Okay.
Don't tell me which one, okay? Just give me three. Wow,
That's nice.
whoa. Wow.
What
Seems
was
like the last one was bone marrow?
last one was ground.
Ground?
First one was bone marrow. Second one was done.
That's confusing.
It is, yeah, it's hard to tell. You know?
Yeah. Or just give the one
Okay,
thing.
okay, I want to try
The
one
one thing.
Okay, one more thing. So, give me first. Wow, because I did a technique quite quickly, and I just move forward.
From the back.
So you move before my hand moves, right?
Yeah. I have to support my hand with the okay. And physically it's hard.
But see, you can feel your
Right.
tensing up. You distribute, that's what I was thinking, like,
Yeah.
how do you distribute the load to your whole body? That was powerful, man. Whew.
That's what the ground.
I felt the power comes from here.
Oh, really?
Here. From behind your face.
Okay, let me try something.
That was lighter.
Yeah. So I just went into horizon, and that last one, that's different.
That was actually almost slow motion.
Slow motion?
Yeah, like, you know, it came to me, and then I moved, and then your hand moved.
You know why? Because I did the bone marrow thing.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, not with a knot.
Okay.
You tried it? Wow. Is that that one?
What did you think?
I didn't feel anything until the last, like a little knot, and then kind of a little more good.
So I was listening to the point that
How to tell?
so I let you push my hand back, and then
Let me try. Okay. Let me try.
this one was like a this kind of motion. Okay.
I use the donkey hand
Okay.
here.
Yeah, that's like irresistible force, man. I can't do it.
One more.
This was going down.
Oh, really?
Going down. Yeah.
They just combine the three.
It's like it was a driving me down force.
The weak hand.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Going down.
Yeah. Okay, now I want to try one more. Oh.
Did you bring me up and down?
Yeah, I just did like bounce you off the ground. It feels like up.
Oh, really? I was just doing this. This one I have it back to the hand, but sometimes you can't tell anymore.
Okay, I just roll.
Sometimes you just can't do that, right?
The neutralize, don't let me take it. Will it go fast?
Oh, man. No, dude.
Yeah, you should neutralize.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but sometimes we, you know. Yeah, that is what Master is saying, right? You gotta do it fast. But you feel like it's, we're not using force, that's the thing.
you feel me loading up?
Sometimes that moment only.
Like when I'm about to
Yeah. So how about me? Do you feel me loading up?
Sometimes when you're about to transfer. So I think that the trans needs to work on that. Transfer without loading up.
Yeah,
Without like
notice.
that second. That's the telegraph, right? That was good. That was good.
That was a good one. You bastard. You good? Yeah. It's making sense.
Right?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
This is the thing, I still have to move out of the way because that's the only way.
I feel a little bit of strength there, right?
Yeah. Part of it.
Because sometimes it gets frustrating. It's like playing chess with no.
No, because we're both neutralizing.
Yeah.
You know? This is like a point of no return. Once you've got me here, there's nothing I can do.
You can't.
have to.
So I have to turn too. It becomes like Bhagavad.
Yeah. So that's why I like if you get me to here. No, I mean, put me in that position,
Okay.
right? It's finally like,
So it's a matter of who gets there fast. You know?
yeah.
Of course,
If I get you to do that, right? So here, it's almost like a locked position, right? So maybe try to.
all I can do is move forward.
Yeah.
But even then, you can also turn.
So you could do that. So I felt that when you have that in here, right? Then it's just rooted, suspended, and then you turn my weight. Yeah, I'll try that. Take that one.
Let me try one more. Try. Do it again.
Yeah, I felt that.
So I want to try that. See, it's like that. Grab my arm. Grab my arm.
This way?
Or like,
Oh.
yeah. So you know that Chen style guys do this. Right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh.
So the same thing if you grab in that, they roll back and then roll back and then roll back. Roll back. No, the other side. That comes from this side. So you find it.
Oh, I see.
But that can break your arm.
Oh.
It's that thing moving from the swa, you know.
Can you give me that position again? From here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll feel it. Go. No, I know, but I'm trying to. Okay, try it. See? I'm trying to move and then suspend.
No, try that. Try just this.
Oh, you mean the French style?
Yeah.
thing. Okay, I see what you mean.
So don't do anything with your arm. Just your swa.
Wow.
Slowly and no. Do it to me. I'll show you. So you got me right?
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Not with the arm.
Right.
With this.
Now I'm going to do it again.
Powerful. And it's simple. It's straightforward. Let me try.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because I was doing something different. Well, put me into that lock position again. I let you have it,
Okay.
and then I suspend.
Yeah, that's good too.
No, I was just trying at that
Let me try.
moment.
Let me try.
Let me have it.
Okay.
In there, and then. No.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
Oh, it's light, man. So I mean, there's no push in many ways, right? Oh.
That's good. Do it again.
Or you can do a shoulder press.
No, so what I did is, I just did what you did, right? I just connected my whole body.
Wow. So it's like a roll back.
Yeah.
And try that?
I re-rolled back.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
So many ways to deal with it, right?
Yeah. The thing is, it has to rise in the moment.
Oh, wow. Who took me that way? Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's re-roll.
Roll. I tried to empty it.
It was, man. It's like suddenly it was like,
Was that
yeah,
empty
it's
there?
like trying to move a mountain.
Oh, yeah. We got like a mafia thing too.
So do it again.
Ah. It's harder for me trying to do the physical thing. Sort of like,
So, when we do the warm up, like the what do you call it? No, the
oh,
cleansing. So with the cleansing, you're going like this, right? You're sending the force down like this. So if you push me,
wow.
because Master they told me that what we are doing with cleansing is also short power. Yeah, so yeah.
No, it's probably something different, right?
That was long. That was long.
But just more of a,
Good.
wow. See, there's no distance to work with, right? Because it's like a rock. Nice.
So that's that short power. Right?
Oh, man.
No, short power. Do this.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Hey, connect with my shoulder. Yeah. There. Let me see that. Yeah. I'll see. Because what thing is, I think is some people when they grab, right, they're disconnected. But if I put my whole body,
Yeah.
it's easier for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is because more
Yeah.
handles, right?
But if I stand like a dead weight and they just grab you, it's different.
But how did that feel?
So I touch it. Not as much as when I do this.
Yeah. I was trying to do this. Okay, so give me force.
The dead weight, like this.
No, just give me like strong force.
It's, what do you call that? In the beginning, it's like
Did you
a
feel like a
physical
shock?
thing, right?
Did you feel a shock? Like a
It feels weird because it's more like a long one.
okay.
But
I think
then
we
at
have,
the end, you
and the
lift
thing
it.
is like we practice long power so much that it automatically gravitates towards long power. Anyway, short power is not safe. So
Yeah. The pride of
that was pretty.
you light though?
You like pretty like.
Okay, but that's more like a force. You hear?
But it feels like it's a
It's the same thing, like
Yeah.
a long power, right?
good. But it's all becoming long power, right?
Try this. Well, I don't want to do it.
Okay, I want to try one more here. Okay. How was that?
Let's try again. You know what I did? I disconnected.
Okay.
Because I, okay. I feel it. See that? It seems like a late reaction, but that's how my body.
But see, what I'm doing is what I'm doing here, I'm also doing to you.
Okay.
So try on me then. Yeah.
We're just more like a forced to you or
It
not?
was, but I mean, it was like an explosive push, you know. I'll do. So let me come in. Okay. So, and when I'm in, then you explode. Yeah.
You're not like?
Yeah.
Oh. See, part of me, because of my FMA, I have to detach physically. Otherwise, I'll feel the brunt of that
Force.
back.
Yeah.
So even though I did that,
You let go.
the end I still have that.
Because that's the, I think that's
If I
the,
don't, I'm gonna get hurt.
yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, it's like, you know, from being able to explode from every part of the body, right? So if you,
That stuff is just pop.
you heard my knee pop?
Yeah, or something, I don't know. Oh, man.
Yeah, see, it's that neutralization thing, right?
Okay.
Where I give you force and yeah, let's talk about neutralization.
Yeah.
Okay? So with neutralization, how we train neutralization in tempo style, right? Is so I'll give you pressure.
Are we doing energetic or physical?
Yeah, first is like the folding. So we give you and you turn, right? And then you return it.
Okay, let's do it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then we let's do, instead of fingertips, we'll give the hand palm. Okay, so I give you pressure, you turn, and then return it. Okay, and that's the physical part, right?
Yeah.
And then we do it such that when I give you pressure, you make it a point and yield the point and then return it from the point. So, yeah. So I'll show the folding part. The folding part first. Give pressure.
Man, even that has a knot.
Yeah.
That's still the knot, right?
So instead of the growth movement, what if I do?
That's one parent.
Yeah. So it's about how much we want to yield, right?
Right.
Like, do we want to take it more in and then send it back, or do we want to send it back right away? Right? And it's about it's like it's a little bit of conceptual thing, right? We make a like a sphere, and so if you're pushing when I'm pushing the sphere, you can take my force and yield, turn, and then come around. Yeah, at this point I'm already approved it. So that's committed. Right? Or you can turn as soon as you feel the pressure, you turn yeah. But that's this slow, taking it in and back out, right? But what if you just want to turn it to that point? Right there. So you don't let it go, just rotate the point and give send back. Yeah. I move.
So going back to like even Rasmus talks about, he doesn't call it threading the nine pearls, but he's like when you push it, let it sink into the ground, and then let that natural moving in.
Yeah, but so that's going to the ground.
Right,
But here it's
exactly.
like you return it right from the point of contact,
Right.
right? And that's the beginning of golden bell, right? In golden bell, you don't wait for, to sink it, you explode. So like every time I've heard Master, they talk about golden bell, right? So,
Golden bell concept.
so if you strike me, there'll be like a Strike, strike.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
No, like that.
Oh. So good.
So it's like exploding in all directions.
That's in the palm, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's like a shock
Because
wave.
it's like, I know people rap if you're talking about the ground method.
Yeah, no, this is what
I know,
is
this is
different
different,
though.
right.
Like it's,
Like, from the down.
but the
yeah.
thing is, there has to be some physical force coming in. Like if you don't give me,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like if I give you this,
Yeah, that's
it's
good,
easier
right?
for you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
easier for you to bounce, explode it back.
Even that, look. Ah,
I felt it.
I know, right? Have to get my now, my right.
So and like to continue with the training, like the neutralization part, right? So we do the same thing what we do here, taking it and turning it. We can do it from here too. So you can one is to yield the shoulder and turn, like move this way, right? And the other is to take it in and then return it from that point itself.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize this is the way.
Then you do it with the hip. You put pressure. No. Yeah.
I have to feel myself.
So that way. Yeah.
Right. Oh wow, that's good. How about this? Let me try something. So it's something different.
Okay. Try it with me.
Back up.
So what I'm doing is I'm releasing it down.
That's
to the
what
ground.
I'm trying to do like in the beginning. It's like
Okay.
if you release it down, you go down too.
No, but it bounces also.
But you feel the bounce?
Yeah.
Okay. As opposed to one more. Maybe one. Okay.
This one is more
Yeah.
this way. What does that feel like?
Come down.
But you bounce too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Versus
But that one is just more apparent shoulder.
okay, I won't do that.
Now, yeah. Oh, that's down.
Yeah, I think I just let it go wherever it was going.
How to do the float?
Okay.
Float?
Okay, I will do it without telegraphing.
Yeah. Feel the back.
Okay, I want to try something.
Long enough?
Yeah, so what I did is I rotated the ball. So give me force, keep you. So this one is like you rotate the ball, you give force, like steady force. And you will uproot yourself.
It's hard for us sometimes when, as a feeder, we go to relaxing, and therefore we neutralize.
Like okay, so if I give you steady force, no, don't do it. Take the ball there and rotate the ball this way.
Oh, you only have to do that.
So you got to keep rotating the ball. Yeah. Like do it to me. Your own force is going to bounce you off.
Now use your hips doing that.
Okay. Or what do you mean? Like use my hand like this? Like quad?
Like, or just move your hips. But,
Okay.
oh, that's different.
So no, what I'm saying is like if you imagine, okay, that you're putting force on a ball that's
Right.
floating in water, and it keeps rotating, so that rotational force like the movement of the ball is going to return the force itself.
Right.
So I don't really have to do anything. I just have to rotate the point. If you give me steady force, I'll rotate the point.
Going like this?
This way.
Oh man, so you do this.
And it's like it's moving
Yeah.
constantly, right?
I guess if you apply the top one and then
Yeah, I mean this is basically got everything. It's got it's doing the walk and it's doing the na, and then the phi is coming from your own energy. It's not coming from you.
you borrow my
Yeah, I'm returning it.
and try it.
But don't do any gross movement. Don't do anything. Just rotate the ball. No, no.
Oh, still.
Stay still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I still have to stabilize my balance.
See, don't think about it. Just think about that point
Yeah.
and turn the point. But turn it this way.
Yeah.
Vertical. Don't do horizontal. Do vertical.
Okay. So going like
Yeah.
this.
So like you can do it. So there are three, right? So you can do vertical, and I'm sure I'm kind of this. I'm exaggerating, or it could be this, right? Which is the horizontal, right? Or it could be this, like this one, right? But without moving. So vertical. Okay, and then this is horizontal. The effect might still show the same,
Yeah.
but I'm moving it in a different way. And then the other one is this, right? So this one, what I'll do is, you give me force, I'll send it to my back heel and then back.
Oh, man. That's a different feel, right? Because we're using that.
This one I felt was this,
Yeah.
okay? This felt like the other way.
Yeah.
So now so take this force and send it to your back heel and return from there.
You feel the.
Yeah.
Just gonna try one more.
This one felt like forward and down.
Okay, because I'm going.
Okay.
I'll take a.
All right. So I think we'll just do a little bit of talk in this one itself instead of having like a separate video.
There are
So-
things that we haven't, 'cause sometimes out of our outgrowth of all these years, we tend to have
Theories and methods,
and
right?
so sometimes when we're isolating things, that's when, oh wait, I never thought of, just like in our
Yeah.
shoulder, isolating that shoulder or the point.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good exercise.
It's got realistic implications, right? Where you don't have to think, you can return right from that point.
Right.
As opposed to wait for it to sink to the ground and come back up, right?
And it was an interesting scenario today when Kasana came this morning. It's fresh from the little hiatus that he had. So I have an opportunity to see if it works with him.
Right.
So I tried the mother-daughter. He was feeling it, and he was able to do it. You know?
Right. No, and he's been doing it for a while, right?
Yeah,
So,
he's been doing it. And so it shows that right off the bat, he picked it up. Oh yeah. And the next thing you know, he's doing the same thing. So those people in there who like a couple of them who say, "Oh, where are you guys?" What would you say to people who want to like, "Oh, can I join
Come
you
work with
guys?"
us.
Yeah,
out
work with us and stuff like that. I don't know. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
we're open to it. But
It's just that if you're looking to challenge us or have like a competition or something, then we are not in it. You know, we're here to learn together with each other.
yeah, we're
So-
not trying to outdo anybody. We're just learning.
Yeah.
And
And we don't know it all, right? If you want to come explore with us, let's come over. Let's try out and see if our energies are
And I think-
simpatico, and then we can do.
Can't undermine the fact that we are both. The camaraderie that we have
Yeah.
is what made us grow.
Yep.
You know, I think a lot of them mentioned that the friendliness, the
Yeah.
non-competitiveness.
Yeah.
and they pick
Yeah,
up
it's the
on it.
like true spirit of exploration and mutual trust, right?
Yeah.
Because I know he's not going to hurt me, and he knows I'm not going to hurt him.
But are you
We have
capable
enough
of hurting me?
no, and we have enough self-awareness to know when to stop. You know.
So many people know that your background is in karate. My background is in Filipino martial arts. But when we come in here, we don't.
We
wear
leave all that behind.
Yeah,
we just
throw
we set it
behind.
aside. And realistically speaking, like when I started Tai Chi, I basically stopped. I emptied my cup, so to speak, right? So initially, when I started learning Tai Chi, I learned like Yang style, 24 form, and I thought I knew what Tai Chi was because I knew the names of the forms, like part wild horse's mane, and step back to repulse monkey, and blah blah blah. But that really isn't what Tai Chi is about. You need to understand what the 8 energies and 5 directions of Tai Chi are. That's 13, right? So, like part wild horse's mane is a split form. Step back to repulse monkey is like a roll back and split form, right? Brush knee is basically like a ward off push type of form,
Yeah.
right?
I think there's like little intricacies of subtleties there.
And by form we mean the energies. And like folks, I think I looked at the stats on who watch our videos, and it's mainly people who are 45 and above. And I'm assuming that most of you already have a background, pretty deep background in Tai Chi, because otherwise what we look for, what we do isn't really, like beginners won't really understand it.
There's somebody in Facebook, I'm not gonna name anybody,
Uh-huh.
but he's been doing Tai Chi for a while, and his background was Kung Fu. And he was showing his form, and then somebody commented, that's not Tai Chi form. And I wanted to comment so bad, but who am I?
Right.
But it doesn't really matter what form we do, right? It's about energy, and that's what people need to realize.
Yeah, and like our teachers have said, right? So, in Tai Chi, you go from being formless as a neophyte who doesn't know anything, so you don't know any forms, to you go to form, where as an intermediate person, you learn and you master the forms, right? And then you go to no form again, where it doesn't look like anything at all, but it's Tai Chi. Because Tai Chi is not about the method, it's about the energy, right? And so,
But I was, when somebody commented about, oh, you guys are doing the old Yang style, I was like, wow, that's,
I know, like Master Jose told that to us too, right?
It's like, I'm not surprised on the fact that we're doing something very similar, if not the same thing.
Yeah, and like I think like our tradition legend has it that our founder has gone, and the founder of our system, or the progenitor of our system, has gone and acquired knowledge from masters all over Taiwan and China.
For those people who, like behind the scenes, we don't know you're a writer and a musician. And I'm not paying it, but in our own discipline, it doesn't really matter what style or how you write, right? Like,
Yeah, and it's basically spontaneous, right? So you let the energy flow through you, and then, like even when I'm composing music and stuff, right? So it's not, I don't sit and premeditate what I want to do.
So I'd like to really thank you for that after meeting you, after all these years, like 7, 8 years now at least?
Yeah, more, man.
Yeah, that my Tai Chi has improved because of our
man. Absolutely same here, bro.
openness to each other, and that's the key. If you have to find a good,
Partner.
honest
Practice partner.
practice partner and to be able to, not outdo each other, because
It's not a competition.
no.
If we compete, then we are basically always limiting ourselves to what we know.
Yeah.
then we can't explore what we don't know, right?
But our goal is not fighting
Yeah.
anyway. I mean, I'm just having fun and learning these energies.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, me too, man. Me too.
So-
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's this childlike, not childish, but childlike
Yeah.
exuberance in exploring, like this exhilaration, the feeling of joy in
Yeah,
exploring
I mean-
something new, and like just knowing, there's like accepting first of all that we don't know everything. There's universe, and the Tao is mysterious and it's
Yeah.
infinite. And so all we do is little by little, we have been given a thread, like a breadcrumb by our teacher, our tradition, right?
It's like
and we
before-
follow that, we pick that, we be honest and sincere about it and keep
Yeah, because
going
like
behind
when
it.
you've been doing Tai Chi for a while, that conceptually when we practice and we don't have a partner, you can only imagine like, oh, how does that happen? How does it work?
Yeah,
But
without
now
a
that
partner,
we're
yeah.
doing it
Yeah.
and
It makes it
practicing
real,
it,
yeah.
there's a palpable feeling of, oh, this is what this is
Yeah.
about. So there's a difference between projecting what it is
Yeah.
versus what it is.
Yeah, and like Master George used to tell me that the most important thing for Tai Chi, first you need a good practice partner. You can have a mediocre teacher, but if you have a good practice partner and you have a good attitude, you can grow. But if you don't have a good practice partner and you don't have a good attitude, then you can't grow. So, and by attitude meaning like, that sincerity and humility to learn and be open.
And the true practice.
Yeah.
We're not ragging on any Tai Chi styles
course.
out there. I don't know anything else. I'm
Yeah.
still learning even our system.
Yeah. And I think I've done Yang style and it's good. I mean, it's powerful for sure, but the profound simplicity of what we are doing makes it unique. Like we don't do long form practice, right? We do
Yeah,
single
somebody
form.
asked,
We
do
do
we
single
do
form
forms?
practice. We use forms, but the long form is really for like you want to be in a state of flow where your mind is empty and you're just following the energy. And so the long form helps us to kind of test ourselves. How well we can flow, how our mind is, whether it's getting distracted, interrupted while we're changing from, say, ward off to roll back to press to push. And really, like Tai Chi used to be called long boxing, right? And that basically means like you're flowing like a river. There is no interruptions in a river. There's just basically you might have waves and you might have like water rising and falling,
Or
but it is not discrete. It's continuous.
Like when I was working out with Kasana this morning,
Yeah.
the guy, I don't know if you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that. Yeah.
I told him, but that's why some of the names before it became Tai Chi, they call it Yin Yang Pong, right?
Yeah.
Or
Long boxing, like
long boxing,
What's it called? Chang Chuan, right?
Chang Chuan, yeah.
And the thing is, we don't use a lot of technical jargon because jargon is good, but you don't need the jargon if you understand the principles.
Right.
And in our system, we didn't really emphasize the very precise Chinese terminology, because when the founder of our system came here, it was mainly teaching Westerners, right? And
I mean, we can if we
Yeah.
want to. I guess like some people from the temple style be like, "What are you guys doing?"
right.
And I'm not gonna name anybody because I don't know much. I don't know, but I like the approach that we're getting
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we, hopefully we can get this together.
Yeah.
I'm excited to learn more.
Yeah.
And like if somebody asks, how do you practice every day without a partner? Right? I mean,
Just do your single form practice and do standing. The standing meditation is very important, right? And like the standing, if you do 5 minutes a week every day for a week, and then go to 10 minutes a day every day for a week, and just keep increasing. So it's better, like you have to learn the right way of standing, where you release down. You don't hold. It's not like that Like you see these old kung fu movies where they're standing in deep horse
The
stance
mapu.
and holding,
Yeah.
like bricks and like
Yeah.
like what do you call it, bowls of water and stuff like that. No, that's not the right way of
Well,
doing it.
Shaolin. We're not ragging on
Yeah.
Shaolin people.
Yeah, and that's not the right way for doing Tai Chi, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for the
In
thing.
Tai Chi, you learn how to release the, all your, wherever you have like muscular strength, that means you're blocked there. So if you feel somewhere is strong, that means you're blocked. And you got to release that. You work on releasing it and then just keep sinking down. And like this is my experience, right? And yours might be slightly different or might be the
Yeah,
same.
because we have different backgrounds, right? And so like when I met Master Jose, and at one point I wasn't visiting him for a while, so what stuck with me says all you do is stand. So all I did was stand.
Right.
Stand, and then the first 13, what we call the first 13 fundamental, right? And that's all I did, and not too much forms.
Yeah.
And later it became the forms, but
Yeah, even with standing, right? So when we stand, if we release, there'll be this feeling of pouring
Yeah.
down. Like from everything starts, like you'll start feeling this flow going down, and then it goes into the stomach, in the lower stomach area. And then after a while, it'll start collecting there. And then it spills over and it spreads throughout your body, right? And so that's that what they call sinking the chi to the dantian, right? So you're that sinking feeling, and then when it gets to a point where it can't fill anymore, it'll start overflowing. And so then it flows back out into the fingertips and the extremities of your body, right? And so that's where the power is generated from.
power.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I'm a weakling.
Yeah, I've got a lot of meat on me, but
But like standing, I think gave us the power, because
Yeah.
it's not really us. It's Now, if you do forms alone, doesn't mean you can't get power, but it's just a different kind of
yeah, you don't have any way
Flow.
of expressing it. Is the thing, right?
flow.
Yeah, and you can get really good with the flow and everything. So that's another thing Macho they told us, right? Said that after standing, do moving.
Yeah.
So if
'Cause
you
it stagnates.
if you stand only stand, then it stagnates, and especially your kidneys can
Yeah.
get damaged. So after standing, you got to move, circulate the chi in your body, and then finally store it back. Always store it back into the lower dantian.
See, we don't practice, for the people out there, we don't practice with a dogmatic, like, set routine. We also have to feel what is right
Yeah.
for that moment, and the energy teaches us.
Yeah,
The master of
yeah,
it.
and like we had to do the dogmatic thing for a while,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's like you've been doing this for how many years now? 24,
Yeah,
24
25 years.
25 years, and I've been doing it for like 22 years, right? So initially, when we learned, you have to learn the form, you have to learn the physical movement, and you have to be diligent in making sure that you're doing the form correctly and stuff like that. But that that we talked about that from no form to no form.
Yeah.
So we want to get to a point where we don't have to rely on a form or a method anymore, right? So then we move as the spirit moves us, right? And it's not like I get it. Like there are people who want to teach it for the sake of teaching it, like it's their bread and butter.
Well, like you said, like you're a musician, right? You have the musical scale, right? Then you go up and down the scale, and then you practice different
You
skills.
practice the scales, you practice the modes, you practice arpeggios and blah blah blah, right? Chords. But then that's all that is meaningless unless you can put it together in
When it's
in
time
song,
to
right?
play
you,
music.
You compose something and you play it, So in a way, it works in both ways, right? So the single form is basically like learning your scale, like practicing different scales. And then you put it together in like a pre-rehearsed song. Somebody else has put the song together, and that's the long form. And then you can improvise, like a jazz musician or like an Indian classical musician. You know everything already, and then you improvise.
That's why I'm very curious I know a lot of them are practitioners of different Tai Chi style, right? It's like, what do you guys do? Because I know that people who are being introduced to Tai Chi, just right now or beginning, they think that the forms itself is the end, but the Chinese has a showmanship. You go to the stage and show them the forms, and people clap and say, "Wow, I'd like to learn that." But then behind the scenes, it's something different.
Yeah.
So how we practice is that's why they have it called the indoor.
Inner door
Yeah.
teaching. Yeah, and that's the legend, right? So like in the families, the family styles, they would not teach. They would only teach the long form as the outdoor teaching, and only if you got accepted as an inner door student, you would learn the single form practice and
The meditation.
the meditation and like the more like fajing and things like that, like the power transfer stuff. So
What about you? How does like your yoga background? Because you've been doing yoga practically all your life. So how does that relate to Tai Chi?
yeah, I mean, like I approach both yoga and Tai Chi from a point of view of purifying the mind, concentrating the mind. Because all of these really, I mean, like for me, the objective is not really like martial skill or anything like that, or longevity. Like some people do it for long life, some people do it for health, some people do it to learn martial arts. But for me, it's a spiritual thing. Like this is just a way, a means to an end of spiritual clarity and self-realization, right? So anything like this, so this is an interesting thing, right? Any repetitive action can become meditation.
Or it could be Tai Chi, right?
No, that's the thing. Like in Tai Chi, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're I think I spoke about it in the previous episode, right? Where you go from like doing it to observing it, and you're observing it as you're doing it, and that basically that observing is the witnessing mind, right? And once that separation from your mind and your witnessing mind becomes apparent, that's when the real development occurs, right? So then it leads to other questions like, man, there's a lot of crap in my mind right now, and it happens because we are consuming all sorts of trash in the form of television and news and other stuff, right? So just
for them, how would you, like, if you have new viewers saying, well, how do I start? I think that the mental, the psyche behind it first is, because you talked about it before, like you have to have a mental template of how you practice, right? I think that once you have that and say, okay, then I do this repetition, then it leads you to, okay, am I really doing the right thing? And then you find before you found Master Jose, you were doing the 24.
No, before George. So
before George,
yeah, because I studied
George.
with Master George for 13 years, right? And that's when I met Master Jose because Master George was leaving.
Okay.
And so he
But
introduced
you were
me to Master Jose.
doing the 24 and you were
Yeah,
feeling the energy too.
exactly. Like I did the Yang 24 form.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it was basically just the long form, right? But they broke it down into sections. And by the time I learned it, my whole, like the most interesting thing was I could feel the flow in my legs, which is very like difficult to feel. Like when you feel the chi flowing in your legs, And what used to happen when I was doing Yang 24, I think I was like, there was a lot of blockages and junk in my body. And so I would sweat profusely. Like I would be soaked my shirt would be soaked in sweat.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so like I could take off my shirt and do this and there would be like, sweat pouring down.
The reason I brought it up is because some out there might be doing the same thing, like, oh, I'm doing 24 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, if you do that repeatedly and just be empty, you're gonna get a lot of energy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I was doing twice a day, maybe 45 minutes a day.
Wow.
I just keep repeating. I would finish. It would take about 12 minutes to do or 15 minutes to do the 24 form. And I would repeat it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And like the Yang style, they don't have left and right. Right? So they only have one.
Oh, the
rehearsed
108th form, do they pretty much complete?
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm saying like when they do the long form, they don't have they don't do like in temple style. We do left side and right side both, right?
Like the Chen Manching.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So even the Chen Man Ching style, I think they just do
Just
it on the
right
right
side,
side. You
yeah,
know, they
right
don't do
side.
the left side. But
So, yeah, my practice before, basically, I was doing the mother forms and then grasping the bird's tail in all directions and standing. That was it. But I was doing it for a long time. like,
Yeah, yeah.
like morning and then at night, I was doing
yeah,
it
but you got to
standing.
build it up. You can't
Yeah,
like you
build
can't
it
just
up.
decide. I remember like George, when George was teaching, his classes would be 2 hours long. So we would do like the the single form practice, and then for first hour,
Yeah.
then the second hour we'd either do push hands, or we would do standing meditation, Dao Gong, And so there's this one guy who came for the first time to George's class, and he was talking about how he has seen this master and that master, and he's seen violet light shooting out from somebody's fingers and stuff like that. And so to show that he's done Tai Chi for a long time, and like 40 minutes into the first hour he couldn't stand anymore because we do a lot of standing. So you have to build it up. It's like little by little, just we can't do Tai Chi doesn't work with the philosophy of no pain, no gain, right? If you're feeling pain, you need to slow down and back off.
I mean, there's like a master, like what's his name? Master Kai Fan Song.
Uh-huh.
All he did is a long standing.
Oh, he's the Yichuan guy, right?
I don't know if he did with him, but all I remember is he does a lot of standing and they're grasping the bird's tail.
Yeah, that was the Yichuan guy, man.
Oh, Yichuan guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But he can do Ling Kong Gen.
Yeah. No, and Yichuan is good for that,
Yeah.
right? So you do a lot of standing and
Yeah. So after a while, although I'm with Master Jose, I wasn't able to drive far because he lived so far away.
Oh, when you move to Lockport?
Yeah, and when he moved to Lockport, I lost contact, and then found him again, and then said, "Come over again," and
Right.
So, but I remained true to what he told me, and just standing, and that's it.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, like my Tai Chi, I think it was a preparation, right, to meet him. And then like with masters like Master Jose, you can't go as a beginner. Like personally, in my opinion, if I had gone to him as a beginner, I might not have got as much out of it as I did after being prepared, right?
But for those people who wants to seek Master Jose, I mean, he's kind of like semi-retired. He doesn't want to teach directly. He goes through people like us, right? But then you teach them basic before you bring them to it,
And like somebody had asked, where can we, is
Right.
Master Jose taking students? So I'm going to ask him.
If we can, yeah.
If he wants to meet people, then we can share his,
Because
contact
we're not really like
information and stuff
going
like
out there propagating, join us.
Right.
It's just doing this for fun and
Yeah.
for our own.
that. Yeah, and then like, the reason we decided to post the videos, we've been making videos for a long time, but we only shared it with like select group of people. But now we're kind of making it more public is because like if it helps somebody, right?
Because back then we didn't record, we did a lot of practice, but we didn't record it.
Yeah, and then we started recording like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
but we didn't release all the videos. It was like all private
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that. And I think it's good to know that there are options out there.
Oh yeah, this is not the only, but if they like what we're doing,
Yeah.
again, it's not just temple style, whatever style you're
Yeah.
into.
And we are thinking about maybe putting up some, beginning lessons, right?
Yeah.
So we have a website called thedaosnet.com. Okay, so Dao's Net is basically started off as a discussion forum for people on the spiritual path and the Taoist path. But we're thinking of like putting up maybe some videos and it might be for a nominal fee if at all, just to get cover our costs of production and stuff like that. So if folks who are watching are interested, please leave comments. Let us know I noticed that our Tai Chi videos get a lot more views than our talks because.
Right.
But the thing is, like, the talks kind of supplement what we do because we explain or we kind of explore what we do in our talks, right? So.
But you guys, for them to understand, we live far away from each other,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we convene in this park to practice.
Yeah, and that too in Chicago when the weather is good, right? Once it starts getting cold, we can't do it. So we have to find some other avenue for meeting.
Well, we have Kasana now.
Yeah, kind of midway, right? Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why some of our videos is in your basement.
And those are the winter videos, right?
Yeah. I don't have the space, unfortunately, so it's okay. But yeah, we're just simple people, but the main thing is what I like is we're playful, but we're very serious about.
Yes, we are serious, but that's another thing, right? If you can't laugh and be joyful when you're doing your practice, then there's something wrong in your practice. That's my opinion. Like if you're deadly serious and like it's life or death kind of thing, then that's not the right thing. That's not the right.
Well, just
form.
like anything else, right? I mean, if you put everything there is no balance, then So that's we're regular people, but we're very serious at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I think we can wrap it up for today, right? All right, thank you for watching, and if you like what you hear and see, then leave comments, please. It helps us to choose what we want to present next time, right? I mean, we are doing it for fun, but if it helps, right? So, all right, bye.
That's a good one, man.